Wow, we did it.
Hey,
5 seconds remaining.
Oh, nice. My
Dire team ban.
stream didn't update. RD2L Masters. Div for lower bracket. Pandemonium versus Harmony.
10 seconds remaining.
Radiant team ban.
Easy, you know we got some special things going on too, so I'm going.
He gonna save the bomb. We gonna let.
Close to 7K. It was like 6.8.
Radiant team ban.
Okay, and we are live with Div 4 lower bracket between Pandemonium and RD12, premiered by Econ Harmony, the #1 dating site for economists. I'm joined by my RD12 and Masters teammate Hawks,
10 seconds
bringing
remaining.
you this very high-level Dota game on a
5
Friday
seconds
night.
remaining.
I'll have all the insight from the low MMR pubs.
It's fine. You can just act casual, and we're just casting it for fun. It's not like a serious thing.
Yeah, no.
Leave that to Apon.
Radiant team pick.
And as you see, Centaur OD bans from the Radiant, very sad. And we see Nyx
Dire
Jug
team pick.
bans from the Dire, first pick Shadow Shaman, followed by an instant Clockwork pick. Like, they had the cursor on Clockwork before they even picked Shadow Shaman, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent counter too, because
10
Shaman
seconds
basically can't do
remaining.
anything with a Clockwork in the fight.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, I think Shaman is just a stronger hero right now than Clockwork in terms of
I
position.
think a lot of it
power.
just depends on the type of lineups you're running. I think Clockwork is a lot easier of a hero to play around. The Shaman has like a higher ceiling, I think, overall.
I think
So we go with the Bat Rider. Could be a 3, could be a mid. I don't think it's a 5 here.
yeah, I think in terms of openers, I like the Shaman opener a little better.
10 seconds remaining.
Brings you a lot of stun, some push, a lot of tower damage,
5 seconds remaining.
some team fight.
Dire
Pull
team
up the
ban.
Dota buffs real quick. See an Oracle coming out. Solid Bat Rider counter. You can always just use the False Promise, purge off that lasso. And also really good against Shadow Shaman too, just that single target disable. Very solid.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of Mathematician's more played heroes.
Yeah, definitely.
Because unlike me, he actually plays Oracle.
10 seconds remaining.
So it's pretty normal
5
just having
seconds
both
remaining.
supports in the first phase. I'm not a fan of, if you have the 8 pick, I don't really like picking both supports
Dire team ban.
just because you have the instant 3 bans. Like they could have picked one of Harbinger's really strong heroes because you already see the Bat Rider, but choosing to instead go for the Oracle, probably their support duo. On Dire, Shaman's at least going to be a support, and then we'll see about Bat Rider, whether he's a 2 or a 3 or maybe even a 4 here.
Yeah,
We see Storm, Monkey, Troll bans, so a carry, or 2 carries in a mid. We see PL, Slark, Alchemist bans, so lots of carries being banned out right now.
yeah. I think I wouldn't have minded seeing like a Legion pickup instead of the Oracle.
10 seconds remaining.
Though I guess at that point you're showing your entire offlane. So
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Legion are a Mars, because they didn't ban either, and I know So Fashion, those are like his 2 main heroes in the offlane. I feel like for Radiant, Wraith King could be very good against the single target disable. Like you kill him once, and as long as he's not in the middle of the fountain, he should be able to get a lot from that. But they could also try to pick some sort of, or they could just pick either offlane hero here for the LC. Like if they just go LC, I don't really see what Dire does. I think it's a lot stronger than Mars here. But they go for the Beastmaster. I think Shaman is really bad against Beastmaster like in lane, just because of how slow Shaman is automatically. But if Shaman's a 4 and can avoid
10
that lane, I
seconds
think it's
remaining.
fine.
Yeah, I think you would take either like a Witch Doctor or a CM.
5 seconds remaining.
CM's pretty good, especially if you have like a with the Bat Rider just for the mana regen for Napalm spam. Hard into the Clockwork though.
I think Lich is very good for Dire if they want to run the Shaman as a 4. I think Lich is good against Clockwork lanes and good against Beastmaster Harass.
Yeah. As a Shaman spammer, I think the hero is a 4. I think it can be played as a 3. Sorry, I think it can be played as a 5, and I play it as a 5, but I think it's better as a 4.
I think the only way you can really play it as a 5 in this sort of meta is if you have these heroes that have a lot of like instant kill potential, like the Juggernauts, or they go with the Rubik, so that's at least a Bat Rider core and a Shaman 5, and they just go instantly with the Anti-Mage. So not going for the Wraith King, going instead in a different direction. Anti-Mage doesn't really care about these heroes, and they just go instantly with the Visage. So I'm thinking 3 Bat Rider mid Visage here, but I'm already heavily favoring this Radiant lineup. I'm not necessarily sure what this Dire lineup is. Like, they have a lot of single target, like ganking potential, and a lot of like single target disable, but I'm not really seeing who's doing the damage to this Anti-Mage here.
I think Visage with a Solar Crest can kill him in the duration of like a Shackle or maybe a
I
Lasso
know
plus stuns.
like Dire has a lot of
team ban.
like early timing with Visage Shaman. You can kind of just get this early push before Anti-Mage comes online. And Radiant really doesn't have a ton of D-push for it. Like, they have axes, they have like the cog blocking. But I mean, outside of that, it might just be Anti-Mage cutting waves. So still a bit of a weird situation from Dire, kind of going all in with the Visage pick, but
yeah. One thing I don't see from Radiant at all is D-push.
yeah, it's like they have the axes and they have the cog blocks, and that's it.
Dire team
Or
ban.
Rocket Flare. But like,
I mean, a max Rocket Flare eventually.
but I think like if Dire just groups up and pushes towers, they're not going to be able to really stop it or slow it down much. Like, Anti-Mage can definitely cut waves, but they have no way of
10
like
seconds remaining.
actually defending the tower.
Yeah, I think for Radiant,
5 seconds remaining.
I think a Lina pick would be very good if it's a good Lina game. Let me see what Snowstorm plays. I don't think Quap is good here. I think Viper could be okay. I think it's good against a lot of Dire's heroes. Doesn't really die to anybody. Storm, kind of a hard game. If he gets caught, he just dies.
Yeah, I think
Emperor Spirit, kind of the same deal. I think our Storm's already banned, but I think Viper or Lina would be really good for Radiant here.
I think they have too much single target for any of the spirits.
Yeah.
Lina has a rough game because Bat is just going to jump her every single fight.
Yes, but I think Lina, I mean, if she's quick enough, you can get the Yules off, especially if Bat Rider doesn't blink on top of you, which sometimes he just doesn't.
I mean,
I think Lina can maybe build though. I'm just trying to think of like D-push heroes,
yeah, like
because hopefully Lina, like, ideally you get... Okay, so they banned the Viper. Ideally, you can start the fight with like this Clock Beastmaster type of hero. So for Lina, it doesn't have to be that sort of hero that gets gone on.
honestly, I'd be a bigger fan of a
10
mid-Zeus
seconds remaining.
instead of a Lina.
I mean, Zeus could also work
5
here.
seconds
It's good with like the global potential with the Beastmaster as well.
Beastmaster Clockwork. Like,
I think
Clockwork
that
has
Zeus
pretty
might
good
get
synergy.
not pushed down by Visage, but I don't know. I think Lina's like right-click potential might be a little bit stronger here personally, but
Yeah,
I think Zeus is a strong hero as well. But for Dire, they need a carry. Drow's banned out here. I don't think Wraith King's good here. I don't think... Let's see, what does Lone Wolf play?
just
I
all
don't
in
think-
with the Lycan.
Don't think Arc Warden's good here. They banned Slark themselves. Terrorblade, it's a
Dire
really...
team pick.
It's not that bad of a Terrorblade game, honestly, if they can farm.
Radiant team pick.
Ursa warrior.
They go with the Ursa. I mean, it's a bit...
10 seconds remaining.
So I think they have a lot of kill potential on the Clockwork
5 seconds
early
remaining.
with the Ursa. They do not have as much kill potential on the Beastmaster because Clock just has to battery assault the Shaman to break shackles. Not the biggest fan of the Ursa pick here. It can man fight pretty much anyone, which is nice, but I don't know how well it matches up against Anti-Mage's game plan.
I mean, this has to be like a Battle Fury Ursa, right? I would have actually maybe like the Battle Fury type of Riki this game to hunt the Anti-Mage, because you can kill Anti-Mage in Smoke Cloud.
Yeah.
Force him to buy BKB, but Ursa I'm not really a fan of here, and they go for the Puck instead, so
Choose your hero.
I don't really like the Puck pick that much personally, because if the Puck gets caught, Puck is just going to die, but just don't get caught. Easy.
Yeah, I think the Riki would have been a much stronger choice, because then you need either Riki or Visage to kill Anti-Mage. Now I think you need...
Well, and it also discourages the Puck pick as well, because Puck doesn't buy really any items to get out of Smoke Cloud.
Yeah.
I just think Smoke Cloud is just very, very strong. Like, it doesn't slow anymore, but it has a lot of... Like, it's huge, and the mischance is insane as well.
Yeah, plus now with Orb of Corrosion, you don't really need the slow. You just drop Smoke Cloud and then jump them, and they're slowed anyway. But the Puck does give them some AoE lockdown, which is nice. Deep push. Some team fight. And then you also have potential synergy with Clockwork, pushback cogs, and using that to break.
Yeah, or even like the Roar, because the units around the Roar get pushed back.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see that because this is Div 4, but...
Hey, it could accidentally happen.
I was going to say, yeah, but it is possible.
Okay, which team do you want to introduce?
Prepare to battle.
All right, I can do Radiant. So we have So Fashion on the Beastmaster, Clockwork already running far ahead, played by Mappo, mid Puck by Snowstorm. Math is going to be playing the Oracle, and Harbinger on the Anti-Mage.
It's actually a master tier Clockwork, by the way. That's probably why they instantly picked it. This guy's got all the gear. On Dire, we have Econ on the Batrider, named just Dire. Going for interestingly enough, like the start of a Null Talisman. Reggie LA on
30
the
seconds
Visage,
to
going
battle.
for double Null start for him as well. Building into, we have Broken on the Rubik, Pause 4, Lone Wolf on the Position 1 Ursa, and Night Fox on the Pause 5 Shadow Shaman. I think Shadow Shaman Ursa is actually a decent kill lane early on. Just
Yeah.
kind of...
But they need to go...
It's just rough against a Clockwork because you can almost always just interrupt it. But we do see the double boar. The Shadow Shaman might just die here if he gets too far up.
He's...
I don't think he's dead just because he has so much health, but... Okay, if he goes that way, he might.
Yeah, he's dead.
I think he could have lived. He has boots.
First blood.
I don't think he would have died to just battery assault. He has boots and 660 health.
Yeah, I mean, if he kept running, he was fine, but once he turned around, it was...
Yeah, I don't know, because like Ursa also took Earthshock level 1, so they definitely can't kill either of these Radiant heroes. I also TP'd to the outpost.
Shaman TP to the outpost so Ursa could have the not lengthened TP to the tier 1.
I mean, I guess. I don't know why Ursa just didn't run to the tier 1 in the first place. The Beastmaster level 1 boar slow is 10%. Like, that's not... Like, I know it stacks with the double wars, but...
Not what you expected?
I don't know. I think level 1 Beastmaster boars are very overrated.
Yeah, stacks to 19%.
Like this Shaman, if he had more mana regen, could just Ether Shock the boar and Ursa could like clap on it and it would almost just instantly die, but...
Yeah. So here we see the classic Clockwork run at the 5 and the 5 just not really helping in the lane at all. Which, if Ursa had Fury swipes, this lane would be going a hell of a lot better for him. Because then Beastmaster wouldn't really be able to get close at all.
I think he got the level 1 just to try to slow down or try to turn, but
yeah.
Looking mid, pretty much even on. Visage getting a couple more denies, bottom lane. Should just be pretty solid for anti-mage. Rubik kind of just giving him the right clicks, but...
What is Oracle doing? Oh, stacking the easy camp.
I mean, he got it. If you're Bat Rider, you can just farm that later on if you want, though. So see, Visage probably going for this double null talisman, maybe? Not
Yeah.
really a fan of double null instead of like an earlier medallion or whatever, but
I mean, the regen and the amp are nice, but I don't play Visage, so I don't know what items are good on him. Minus our
usually you want some sort of medallion. Even just like the early Blightstone helps out a lot with these last hits.
Yeah.
Either way, he and Puck are pretty much out of regen. Puck bottle very soon, just rushing it. No big deal. His Beastmaster top is... Alright, Clockwork's pulling the wave, but so far he does not have a lot of last hits on this Beastmaster. But should be changing fairly soon. Clockwork almost going for this courier, choosing not to. Shaman just pulling the wave. It's interesting enough, this Beastmaster Clockwork hasn't really punished this Shaman past level 1. Like, the Shaman had boots first and still died for first blood, so they should have just been able to abuse the fact that Shaman doesn't really have any regen, but... either way...
Next level. Ursa dodge.
Bat Rider going down in the bottom lane looks like just some Oracle spam along with maybe a couple anti-mage right clicks and a blink forward, but already a 20 charge wand on the anti-mage.
Ursa
We see
barely
Clockwork
makes it
very
away.
low in the top lane.
Yeah. Ursa barely made it away.
Looks like Shaman will just be the trade here. Shaman's still level 1, by the way, as Oracle goes down bottom. Looks like he just got lifted. Pretty much just kills in both lanes here.
Yep. Yeah. They were really close to getting the Ursa as well.
Fuck DD rune. Visage just... I don't know why Visage has the Soul Assumption skill. If you're against a Puck, if you ever get that off, then that's... The Puck should just...
Dodge it.
Like, the only way for Puck to get hit by that would probably some sort of accidental keyboard disconnect at this point. Like, it's such a... It's not a slow projectile, but it's very telegraphed. You see 5-minute runes coming out. Looks like Radiant should get at least 3. Harbinger Gordon blink for the 3rd. Looks like he picks up his Ring of Health. They don't have a lift, so yeah, you'll just be able to pick this one up.
'Tis mine.
As Shaman finally hits level 2.
I think AM should have just TP'd back there, but he probably doesn't know
I mean, he saw the lift coming out.
Yeah, he probably doesn't just have that intuitive sense of cooldown for the lift.
Maybe.
It's not like he missed any CS though.
You see Beastmaster going down top. Just missing kills all over the place. I guess Clockwork tried to be middle. They have coil up. They're going to use it. Clockwork's going to try to come from behind here. As Puck ends up dying. Does not phase shift the soul assumption, so Reggie getting a double kill here. Didn't even need either support, but Shaman does have a salve for him. Our Visage has his own salve, but nice, he gave it to him anyways.
I mean, he's gonna need both.
I mean, he drags, shouldn't need both necessarily right now. A very big dive from the Puck. Like, he doesn't do a lot of damage once the orb is down.
Okay, 6 minute, level 6 Ursa.
Still a 1k gold lead for the Radiant at this time. A lot of that's just due to this anti-mage being very large and the Puck having a decent amount as well. I mean, getting 3 bounty runes helps. Visage still no medallion, choosing to go for the Ags next. I'm not really a fan personally, just the straight Ags rush. You just farm so fat. Okay. I don't know if you noticed that, but Visage was trying to attack the creep, ended up almost denying his own familiar. That's one thing I do on Lone Druid sometimes if I'm not careful. Like, once the bear gets past half health, you accidentally start right-clicking the bear. It's not a good time sometimes.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
As someone who doesn't micro well, I can't say I've ever had that problem.
Has been slain.
I'm going to pull in bear for this cast, that way I'll just cast on Discord as well.
Sounds good.
No, I don't want to. Oh my gosh. I just pulled the whole channel. I'm an idiot. Where am I going?
Alright.
Can I not drag him? Can I not drag him out of AFK?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, what's going on here?
So we have a roaming Puck, a Visage that's already dealing damage to a tier 1 tower. Level 6 anti-mage versus a level 4 Bat Rider. I expected this lane to go much better for Bat Rider, to be honest.
Dire's courier
You maybe should have just dragged the wave or tried to cut it. Oh, I'm trying to fix this. Alright, here we go. I think I can drag him in now.
Alright, we just have a Puck sitting top, right-clicking Ursa for no reason before returning mid.
Let me share my screen. Dota 2. Okay, let's hope I don't get like just 20 frames from this. Do we have a bear in the chat as well?
What's a bear?
Lone Wolf right now. You see this pristine Ursa performance?
I have no comment in regards to Lone Wolf Ursa.
Well, he's getting done on right now, so he does stop the raindrop. Use full magic stick. They don't have roar up, but oh, he gets the enrage off. Very nice.
I'm just hoping they didn't pick Ursa into Beastmaster.
They did.
Well,
That's a Yaksha me goal.
well, he also just killed the melee necro unit. I'm just gonna stay top. This lane's amazing. Alright, Clockwork going on the Shadow Shaman. Should we just be able to get this free kill? Lone Wolf's just running in the background. Alright, he roared something that was not the Rubik. And Lone Wolf's trying to just right-click the bull. This game's great. I don't know if you guys have having fun, but I'm having fun.
I like the two supports that were like, we must save Ursa, and then just fed.
It's like, let's just try to fight this Clockwork and Beastmaster with Necro 1.
Like, all they had to do is just keep running for the tier 2, and they all would have been fine.
I mean, I don't think Shaman's fine, but everybody else should be fine.
I mean, like, if Shaman wasn't fine, then he'd be dragging creeps off the tower, which I think is also fine.
I mean, at this point, if Shaman dies, it's whatever. He's trying to get the double stack on the Oracle. Is he gonna get both? Nice, nice. Very cool, very cool. He's giving the Anti-Mage some solo XP as well. Should be a 12-minute Fury. Almost, maybe 13 minutes. Depends on if he'll get this big camp or not. Visage about halfway to his, or over halfway to his Zags. About 1,000 left on that. See Lone Wolf going for the Battle Fury of his own.
Right. Issue with Lone Wolf going Battle Fury is he bought face boots to go with it for some reason.
Gotta go fast. Yeah. He does not have any HP regen, but I'm sure that's no big deal. Beastmaster probably going to take this top tower for free. Anti-Mage sending out the last base component of the Battle Fury. They just grab this tower top. Middle towers very strong for Radiant. Puck can just keep push from there. Puck going for the Witchblade first item. Pretty solid. Has the damage talent as well.
It's 12 minutes and Shaman's still only halfway to 6.
This is so sad. I mean, Rubik's barely 6. Wonder who took the tome on dying? I think Shaman, right? I think that's the only way. Gets to this as they coil up the Visage. Should just be a free kill here. Lose the Familiar as well. You have Batrider over halfway to his bots, but this Anti-Mage is just turbo farm.
Yeah, I don't know what this Beastmaster is doing jungling, but I think he should have just used those and hit the tower.
I mean, I think he might have just been waiting for the Necro resummon.
No, he literally summoned them to jungle.
Oh.
When you play Beastmaster, you should always be active on the map. You should never be jungling, unless there is a massive, huge reason for jungling.
I think he might have started the jungle and then one of his teammates was like, "Hey, what are you doing? That's not your job here. That's Anti-Mage's job."
Yep.
They get the Visage kill as well here. Just
and that was right when Visage came back up.
Yeah.
And
I think the Familiars. Yeah, the Familiars are on cooldown for 100 seconds now, even once he is up, so.
Alright. This is when you hit tower. Come on.
Dire's middle tower is
He has the full Necro through on Beastmaster now as well, so we look at the net worth chart. Pretty good for Radiant, I'd say.
It's 14 minutes and Anti-Mage is already top of the net worth chart.
I mean, I think he's probably been top of the net worth the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just because.
But I feel like when you have an Anti-Mage, it's kind of like an Alchemist. You don't expect them to top the chart until like after they get their farming item.
I mean, Alchemist is just whenever he decides to go to the jungle, really. Because Alchemist in the jungle should farm faster than any hero in the lane. You see, Batrider kills off the Necro unit.
Dead. Oh. 20 health. 20 health Batrider.
And they didn't get the rocket flare on him. Clockwork goes down instead. So we see Lone Wolf rotating a little bit, still doesn't have the Battle Fury, but should be getting it at some point in the future. See, Anti-Mage already has his Battle Fury, and very good control over the Dire jungle from Radiant. Unfortunately,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're not really like threatening a tower with this. Like they could easily just get this bottom tier one, but See, Beastmaster being gone on is going to go down. Coil going to come out just on the Visage.
Puck should be dead.
Now Puck should be fine.
Okay, let me
Dyer's top
rephrase.
tower is under attack.
The Puck
Oracle's
probably
dead
would
here.
have died there, but should have for being that far out of position in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, it is a Puck. If they don't lasso Puck, Puck should never die. Like, this Shaman should never really get enough farm to threaten the Puck this game, I feel. But it is Anti-Mage just free farming. They get 3, I think 4 runes actually.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, they got all 4 runes, but
Dyer's top tower is
it does help
under
Ursa a little bit. Has the full Battle Fury pre 16 minutes, so
Got a smoke heading top for the anti-mage.
Dyer's top
they
tower
have
is
to
under
lasso
attack.
him. Like, there's no way they can get the instant hex, but where are they going?
They're looking for the anti-mage, I think.
Yeah, I guess they were trying to see if he's farming the jungle, but
He was in the lane, and they just missed him.
they might have seen it with this
Dyer's
Obs in the
bottom tower has
lane here,
fallen.
or in the jungle. They
Yeah.
might have seen the movement.
Yeah, I think they saw
Ursa
him.
getting gone on.
Headed there, and then
Dyer's bottom tower
Hogs push back on the Puck. They do not get the bird drops on the Puck, so hard to kill him without that.
you know, you would think that the Cogs would push back the Puck because that's who Clockwork went on, but they're on the same team.
It's true. You see Visage going down. Probably the familiars as well. He does have the Ags on the Visage. Technically, yeah, Visage could probably scout that out. In terms of just like trying to gank this anti-mage, but
This Visage is not having a good game.
it's kind of a weird pick, I feel like. They
It's not
okay.
a game whatsoever.
They lasso the Oracle. That is the dead Oracle. They have the blink on the bat as well. And good night. I did not realize lasso cooldown was 120 seconds at level 1.
Dyer's middle tower is
Didn't this
under
spell used to be like 90, 75, 60 as its cooldown?
Yes.
Yeah, and then there
Lord.
would always be a Bat Rider in pro games, so...
I mean, I'm sure there'll still be a Bat Rider in Chinese pro games, but
Oh, definitely. It's just that pulling a hero out of position is just so
Whoa.
good.
the thing about China, the thing about China is that they're known for getting like these 20-minute BKBs, and so any hero that has this cancel, whether it's your Beastmaster or your Bat Rider, is just going to be very large.
Do it with flair.
Speaking of Beastmaster, might be getting gone on here. Looking like he will go down. They do get the hook and the coil onto Visage. Visage going to be blown up here. Puck shackled up. Probably going to be going down, but no, they get the false promise off. As Ursa goes in,
Tower is under
is going to be disarmed, but Oracle should be going down. Okay, they do get the sentry up, but meanwhile, just anti-mage doing anti-mage things.
That was a Bat Rider knocking the Puck out of the Serpent Wards. Because Puck was 100%
Dyer's
ward
bottom
trapped
tower
there.
is under attack.
I mean, I don't know if with the false promise if Puck dies, but would have at least taken a lot more damage and been on that cusp
Yeah.
a lot more.
Well, the other thing is it would have forced the Oracle to be more out of position to get the false promise off. Because Bat Rider literally knocked Puck into Puck's team.
Yeah. I feel like anti-mage should be a little bit further ahead with how things are going. Like, only being 2,000 ahead of the Ursa
Dyer's
with
top tower is
sort of
under
pristine
attack.
start feels a little bit rough, but they do get the tier 2 top.
Dyer's
Going to
top
immediately
tower
get this
has
outpost.
fallen.
Well, the Ursa's like 4-0. So,
Oh yeah. Like, Ursa's caught up a lot more with kills, but at the same time, like, this anti-mage I feel like should be a little bit further ahead. But
This anti-mage should have the game with his life. Like, considering his team build up as well, like, he has a Beastmaster, Clockwork.
I mean,
Puck.
uh,
They're all
and
very
that
good at
was another
scouting in the
green.
other team.
Bat Rider.
I'm not
pulled-
really sure why he pulled him that way. You have a shaman
Yeah,
on the other side there.
you definitely pull him towards your Shaman rubric. So that way you can get the lockdown.
I mean, probably. That doesn't make it interesting. Also, there's just a Visage Bird by the Dire tier 3. Just chilling. Let's go first person perspective of this Visage Bird. Just chilling.
Yep.
And now he's dead. Okay, I need to click on another unit to get out of the first person mode. But they're doing Roche on the Radiant. No big deal. Have the Necro 3, so pretty easy Roche. Anti-Mage gets the Aegis as well. Already halfway to his Basher at 21 minutes.
That's a puck blinking. That should be a dead puck.
That's okay. The instant roar back, Visage is going invisible, just avoiding this. They did drop the wards for that as well. Kind of unfortunate. There's not really anything Dire can do this game except try to get those pickoffs, but cleaner. This game's really just on Radiant right now to throw.
Yeah, Ursa's the only hero with any net worth.
We talked about how bad Radiant D-push is. Dire D-push really isn't that great either. Like, did you try to go in with the Ursa, but that is a Aegis AM. They do use the coil for some reason. But they can just throw anti-mage up the high ground. I'm not really sure what they're doing. But now you don't have roar or coil, so not really easy to do that. But they do smoke up from the Dire, trying to find any of these Radiant heroes. They have Blink Lasso. This anti-mage should die at least once.
And now he gets pulled into the team.
Okay, but they use the instant Hex, so they can't kill him. The only way they can kill him there with the second life is if they didn't use the Hex.
Lift is also instant.
Oh yeah. I don't feel like the lift would be like here long enough disabled to where they could combo it.
Yeah, I mean like
there's only
you can
one
do lift into shackles definitely, but that takes planning.
I mean, his Shackles isn't that high level right now anyways. But they do get the Clockwork, they do give up Ursa and Shaman for it. Ursa almost has his SNY, Shaman not really close to Glimmer Cape right now. They do get the 3-man Puck Coil, Rubik breaks it, dies for it. We see 2 heroes almost break it, but Visage just going down. Batrider does get the blink out. Should be fine. Yeah, just kind of an interesting Visage counter pick. I feel like when you pick Anti-Mage at 17, I don't really feel like... Yeah... Visage, Ursa are the play. I think PA is really good against Anti-Mage.
PA is very good against Anti-Mage.
Like, I know she's not great against like these Puck Beastmaster heroes, but
they could have picked it like a mid and they carry this, like, makes the Beastmaster actually have to make a decision, you know? Who do I roll?
The classic anti-Doom strat have so many heroes that they need to Doom that they can't Doom.
Dire's bottom tower
Yeah,
is
exactly.
under attack.
I should probably move this stupid like overlay because it's literally like on the net over. Yeah.
Like, PA Wiki would have been, like, perfect for this game. Provided they weren't banned, of course.
I don't think Riki was banned, and I don't think PA was banned.
Neither.
I know a lot of carries are banned, but I don't think those were some of them.
Yeah, either were banned because I was actually thinking the PA, but I figured the Beastmaster lane would have been a little too rough.
It would have been rough, but I think you can quite easily recover. Especially if you have a mid laner that isn't like Visage, who tends to lose its lane all the time, and you want to catch up in the jungle when you play Visage. Because all you want to do is get to level 6 as quick as you can. And then you just hit jungle creeps until you get your first item. And you can push.
I mean, it wasn't...
Can we take a moment to discuss how it's 25 minutes and Anti-Mage still has a tier 1 item?
It depends what items he's got a choice of in there.
It's a nice tier 1 item though, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think
for the Vambrace, so Possessed Mask is pretty decent.
aren't really any items for him. The Grove Bow gives a lot of attack speed, but
I think I'd rather see the Grove Bow on the Puck for the increased magic damage, and then the Fan Brace on the Anti-Mage for the stats.
yeah, probably. I think Riki might have been good for Dire. I know it's not good against Puck, but it's also good against Puck, like, directly. Like, I know Puck counters Riki, but Riki also counters Puck. Like, once Beastmaster gets Necro 3, it's a little bit rough, but I think Riki has enough armor to where it doesn't matter that much in lane.
Also, it's the fact that you have a Beastmaster, so if your Beast or your Batrider, if your Batrider initiates, you can instantly jump on whoever is Riki, silence the backline, and kill. Because you've pulled out that one hero that you might be annoyed by as a Riki, so Puck for example, you can either kill the Puck, or you can go to the backline and end the Oracle, so the Oracle can't save, you know?
Yeah, like, Riki is super good against Puck. And I feel like really good against Anti-Mage because he doesn't want to buy BKB. But they do get the scan off on the Radiant to see the Dire Smoke, so nothing going to come from that, really.
Yeah, no one was over there anyway.
I mean, the Anti-Mage was for a bit, but once he saw the scan, he dipped immediately.
Yeah.
As Clockwork almost has his Halberd item, Beastmaster has the Necro 3, has the Blink. Puck has the full Ags now, so...
Oh my god, is Clock just gonna sit here?
Yeah,
waiting.
He's doing it. I mean, you get a last hit with the Rocket Flare. Nice.
There's a small camp on the other side of the river. Just hit that.
Sorry, that requires moving.
It'd be faster.
Who needs to move when you have global farming skill? They go on the Oracle here. They don't have vision though. They had the sentry up and big hook by the Clockwork here. Grabbing both the Shaman and the Visage. They might get the Clockwork and the Oracle. I mean, they're losing Rax top. They're losing a tier 3 bottom though.
I think Oracle should have TP'd right away as soon as he popped it on himself. Forced them to either...
Where is the rest of Dire going? Like, the Ursa TP top, and then it's like, they just kind of didn't go anywhere. Like, they tried to chase the Anti-Mage top, and then Ursa had to run all the way bottom to protect it. But, like, nobody came bottom, so they got that tier 3 as well. Just very...
disjointed.
Odd.
Yeah. But,
I mean, I don't think that wouldn't have been that good for Radiant at all if they would have been able to stop both those pushes in time. Like, if they wouldn't have lost this range Rex, like, yeah, if you lose the tier 3 top and the range, or the tier 3 bottom, the range Rex top, like, if you trade that for a couple of kills, that's not the worst for Dire at this point, honestly. Especially if, like, you get this Ursa a little bit closer to an item, or the Visage closer to an item. The Roche, see about the spawn time in a couple seconds here. Alright, so it's gonna be a fairly late Roche respawn. So Rubik has his Ether Lens. Batrider has Blink Force. It just... Until they get this Basher, it's gonna be really hard for them to have this lockdown, especially now because they have... Anti-Mage has the Lincolns. They do break it with the Force, but...
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alright, he used Lasso. I think it got counterspelled or something.
Bottom tower is under attack.
He counterspell Lasso. Do both Lassos just break?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's what just happened there. A bit unfortunate. It's just hard to break this Lincoln's. Like, the Shaman or the Rubik kind of has to be the Lincoln's breaker. Because if you're Batrider, you can't really... You want to use the Force offensively, not to break a Lincoln's on Batrider. Like, the Force is to where you drag him into your Shaman.
There's too much to do to, like, try and win this game.
As the case may be.
Oh yeah, this game is definitely not on Dire. This game is on Radiant.
Like, did I have to, like, execute perfectly to get an anti-mage kill?
I mean, if you're Dire at this point, Like the puck is the big, like if you can blow up the puck without puck using anything, I feel like that's really big. Because I mean, Beastmaster has BKB. It's gonna be really hard to kill him, like just straight up. But puck doesn't really have a defensive item at all.
Yeah, you don't want to kill Puck or the well, you want to get Oracle to be honest.
Oh yeah, you want to blow up Oracle immediately, but I feel like as far as core kills go, the Puck's definitely the top of the priority list.
Yeah.
How do you
You
feel
want your
about
Visage to go on the Oracle, and then
I was gonna say, how do you feel about the Titan Sliver on the Beastmaster instead of the Anti-Mage?
I mean, I don't know if he just likes the Mindbreaker attack speed or what, but like the Beastmaster might have to be more of a frontliner right now.
yeah, it's not too bad to be honest, because like the Anti-Mage gets an instant silence on these, so you can just silence whoever he jumps in for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, I feel like that should be the Puck though. With that, the Puck should be the one hunting and killing. So
Dire's just getting like it's just they run top, they push bottom, they push, they go bottom, they run, they push top. Like it's.
Is all that mobility, and Dire doesn't have the best ways to knock down heroes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Especially when you have the Oracle beatbacks.
Dire's top barracks have fallen.
Roche is up. Anti-Mage spots it out. Probably solo at this point with enough bashes.
He doesn't have any life steal, so might be a little hard.
I mean, you have to get like,
nope.
I mean, he has Necros that he doesn't even need to use for it, so. I mean, the Necros are about to expire, so I don't know why he just didn't use them to tank Roche, but.
Or summon a boar.
Yeah, just happens.
Don't worry though.
To the immortality.
Nice, nice. I think that's like one of those carry maneuvers where you just like buy a salve and a couple clarities out of habit, but they do get the puck. They were able to lasso the puck and use some hex. So puck down for 60, that's at least a minute out of Aegis that Radiant can't really do much.
And Anti-Mage has already taken the top set of racks, so there's no reason for him to play around up there anymore.
I mean, if you're Radiant here, you just shove in middle, shove in bottom, maybe poke at this bottom melee racks, but...
Yeah. But now
and Puck has bots.
Gets easier, because now they have to only defend 2 sets of racks that are much closer.
I mean, yeah, but this top wave is just going to push in, though, as well.
Yeah. The big brain play, though, is to lose all of your racks, so then you only have to defend one building, and that is the Ancient.
That's true.
Can't get split pushed if you're only defending Ancient.
And also, the enemy team can't farm lane creeps if all their lane creeps are pushing into the other team's base. I mean, you do see that fairly often where a team will get megas, and then if the game goes like 20 minutes longer, the team that has megas against them will actually gain a net worth lead. Like, even though the megas aren't worth as much, the other team can't get any lane creeps.
Yeah. And,
the issue is, though, is the Dire team has no wave push outside a Battle Fury.
This is also true. Hey, if the Rubik keeps waning Rift steal. Alright, Ursa's in. See, they do get the Shackle on the Anti-Mage. I still don't think that is your Shackle target, but...
Yeah. because
Puck
he's
gets leashed, and the counter coil does get the Oracle ulted on him. Beastmaster uses the cheese. Oracle getting very low as well. Aegis popping on the Anti-Mage. Clockwork very low as well. Anti-Mage blinking in is going to finish off the Shadow Shaman. Clockwork going up. Probably going to get finished off as well. Ursa gets the bash off on the Anti-Mage. My game is
die
freezing.
back on Ursa.
Ursa dieback in Shadow Shaman buyback here. They do get the Orchid on the Anti-Mage. Is fine, has the Manta, not going to go down at all.
And then
As
someone jumps
Beastmaster
in.
is just kind of in the middle. Doesn't have Roar. Just going to go down. Puck not going to get stunned up here. They have the instant lift, but choosing not to use it. So overall, they used Aegis Cheese on Radiant, and they got the Ursa dieback, but not much more.
Yeah, that was just a sloppy fight. From both
I
sides.
mean, if you're Puck, you can't let the Rubik get coil. Like, I know it's easier said than done, but if like coil and then instantly jaunt, or rift, I should say, not jaunt. I mean, they're still going to get this melee racks just because Anti-Mage is a lot larger than anybody else, but I mean, this is what Panda does. They say, screw your buildings, I'm killing heroes.
Dire's bottom barracks have fallen.
As soon as I say that, he blinks away and doesn't kill heroes, of course.
Well, I mean, they got the racks.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I guess.
And he had killed the Bat Rider.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I mean, it's just a 6-slotted Anti-Mage at 37 minutes.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I'm not really sure the optics of direct counterpicking in Tiro after Anti-Mage in a Visage.
Yeah, that's slightly possible. I don't think that is great.
Tower is under attack.
I mean, there might be a game where they can just push down this Radiant lineup, but I feel like the Ursa timing and the Visage timing are just two completely separate timings, though.
Especially, it is when you go Battlefield and that, so it's like a bad
I mean, if you don't go Battle Fury on Ursa nowadays, I just don't feel like you do anything.
Yeah.
That is also true. It like I guess they could have sort of like matched their timings if they, but the issue is the lanes were so bad, like because you have Bad Rider Rubik against an anti-mage. That's not gonna go in well, let's be honest. And then you have an Ursa Shaman into a Clockwork Beastmaster. Your Shadow Shaman's gonna be should be eaten alive by the two.
Alright, now I can stop sharing my screen. Very cool.